Happy Sunday. So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. Hope you guys had a great Saturday and an excellent week this past week. And yeah, let me know what you got cooked up for today and maybe what are your plans for the week. But let's go ahead and dive into our weekly reading. Yay! And looks like Susie's here. Hello, hello. Liesel is here. Hey guys. All right. So let's go ahead and have a sip of water before we get started. It is a beautiful day today here in the valley in Arizona. So I think it's going to be like 80 some degrees today. It's been like perfect weather. Aw, thank you, Susie. I figured today I would wear like like a romper, just like a one piece because laziness. All right, so those of you that may watch the replay or join in later and never have popped in before, let's go over what the weekly reading entails. I have my little notes here. Aw, thanks, Susie. So I'm going to be casting an elemental circle, and the purpose of that is just to create an energy that is nice and clear so that we get the best and clearest messages possible for our best and highest good. And by casting a circle, you guys don't physically have to be here with me. It is energy, so energy doesn't, no space or time. It doesn't conform to our 3D aspects. So once it's cast, anybody watching, whenever it is, or listening, is within that circle. Then I'm going to be going over the Mayan astrological message for the week because I am a Mayan astrologer. Then I'm going to go over the herb of the week, our 7-day forecast, and then I'm going to pull some cards for an elemental forecast. So based on the elements within your birth chart, your Western astrology birth chart. Cat, hey! So, fire, water, air, earth, all of those things. Then the special question. The special question actually comes from the YouTube poll that I post for the public on my YouTube channel. So there are 4 questions, and then you get to vote which question you like best, and that's the question I answered during the chat. There is a chance for YouTube members and Patreon to also vote, so that there's many chances for getting your vote in there. All right, and then we're going to go into a viewers poll, so everybody who's actually in the chat today will be able to vote here for a question that you would like me to pull cards for. We'll go into a healing, and then towards the very end, I do super chats and super stickers. So anybody who does a super chat or super sticker, I will do a 1-card draw for your personal question at the very end. All right, then we'll close up our circle, do our gratitudes, and have a fabulous Sunday. Okay, so let's go ahead and cast that circle first. Yay, everybody coming on in. Excellent. Now, I do like to cast an elemental circle, so I do like to bring in the elements for just kind of cleansing the area. Elisa said, evening ladies and gents, I'm surrounded by cigar boxes and sawdust. I've been building a cigar box guitar. Dude, that sounds awesome. And you know what, I actually have cigars in the apartment, but we don't have any cigar boxes. But that would be, there's always so many fun projects you guys can do with like cigar boxes. Susie's saying that is so cool. Christina, hello, hello. All right, so let's go ahead and light our candle here. I have this, it's a little pink candle, but it's, I don't know, it's not really coming up on camera, but it's sparkly. So I don't know, I figured sparkly pink candle, heart chakra, be really good for our reading today. All right, there we go. So inviting in the fire element. And next we're going to invite in the air element with my stick of Palo Santo here. All right, burn, baby, burn, disco inferno. All right. Palo Santo smells so nice. Okay, I'm just going to put that down, and then bringing in our water element that I have here. This is some moon water from a couple of moons ago. So just again cleansing the area. You guys don't physically have to be here. The intention is that the energy from each of these elements cleanses our space wherever we are for our best and highest good. And a little bit for myself too. Okay, so next I have our earth element, and I am using a wand for the earth element, and this is the wand that I'm going to use to cast our circle. Now this beautiful wand with this lovely Brazilian amethyst on the end and a beautiful Brazilian quartz here was a wand that was created by James and I. So this is actually eucalyptus that we found in nearby. And it's in our shop, Desert Cauldron, if you want to check it out, which, by the way, all of my information is down below. If you want to know a little bit more about me, I have my website down there, newsletter, my Leon Mystery School, where I teach Mayan astrology, but there's many other lovely teachers there as well, and Desert Cauldron, which is our witchy shop. So lots of info there. Definitely check it out. Let's go ahead and cast that circle. The north is to the right of me, so I'm going to start off there. Okay? So I'm just getting myself nice and grounded. Pulling down source energy. And as I do, coming down through the crown chakra, third eye, throat, down into my heart, radiating out towards my arms and to this lovely appendage here. And I see it radiating blue light out into the north, and I ask the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. I ask the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. I ask the elementals of the south to help us cast our circle today. I ask the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. The circle is cast. Let our work begin, and so it is. All right. Okay, you guys. Silver Star, how are you? It says morning, and my work got delayed today. I actually got to see you all. Woot woot. Well, hey. Okay, so let's take a look at our Mayan astrological reading for the week. So today is actually 1 Ak. That's right, we are at the start of a brand new Trasena. So yesterday was a pretty powerful day because we were still kind of floating off of the new moon vibes in Aries. And it was the number 13 yesterday, hence the end of the Trasena, which was a very powerful number. So if you felt like there was a little bit of extra energy than normal, that's probably why. But also today is a very powerful day as well. So 1s, 13s, and a couple other numbers kind of throughout Mayan numerology are very important. So 1 is a brand new beginning. It's not just the beginning of like a new 13-day week, but this is a great day to begin something new. So today being 1 Ak. Ak is the Nahual of, well, not only sexuality, but everything that we are governed by. So of course we have rules and regulations that are imposed on us by our governments and our state and things like that. But also it's our internal government. What rules and laws do we give ourselves? And that usually stems from our core beliefs, and all of those things that reside within us is kind of how we regulate ourselves and how we interact with our environment and the world. So today is a great day to reevaluate your rules and laws. How do you govern yourself? Are you a fair governor or president or president-elect, whatever you may want to call yourself? So are you fair? Are you just with yourself? Do you show yourself compassion? What rules do you give yourself each day? What is the quote-unquote punishment for not following the rules? Or what is the quote-unquote reward for following the rules? And where do you need to be more lax in your life? Or maybe where do you need to tighten things up a bit? So today is a wonderful day to take a look at that. Christina's like, I'm so corrupt. Right. Do you guys have like a corrupt government going on inside there? In which case, do we need to boot somebody out of office? Like, so today is a wonderful day to take a look at your personal government. Is there some corruption going on? Is there some dictatorship going on? Is there the just like, whatevs, everything goes Is there anarchy going on? What's happening in there? And today is a lovely day to, like I said, take a look at it, see if you can start something new. All right. When we end this week, because technically our forecast goes from today until Saturday of the next week. And Saturday next week is going to be 7 Kib. And Kib is representative of forgiveness. So thinking about any times that we may have thought we made a mistake, or that maybe we have done something that we shouldn't have to someone else, or thinking about those that have crossed over that we may still have issues with, like even though, let's say, a mother or father or aunt, uncle, somebody has crossed over and we may still have some lingering attachment to that person that is a negative lingering attachment, instead of all the love that we, may have, there may be some other things where it might be some unresolved issues. With the seven is about endings. And so what can you resolve? Work to forgive yourself, work to forgive others, and resolve on Saturday of next week. So a wonderful day for that, just food for thought. But remember that you're going to be ruled for the next 13 days by Ak, which is all about our personal rules and regulations. So I say, be a fair president or leader or whatever it is you want to call yourself. Let's see. Oh, Silver Star said 1111, make a wish. Got it. Yay. Okay, so now let's go into the herb of the week, you guys. So like I said, I try to choose herbs that I hope aren't too far out there, that would be difficult for anybody to obtain. Designed by Ace. What's going on? Okay, so the herb of the week that I was just kind of feeling was echinacea. Yummy, yummy. Let's take a look inside. Look at all that echinacea. And echinacea, to me, smells so freaking good. So on the witchy side, if you're going to be using some echinacea, it's really good for money and offerings to spirits. So if you're looking to help bring in a little bit of cash while you're working on maybe some of your money blocks, this is really good to set out. Maybe put it into a little pouch, carry it with you. You can also sprinkle a little bit in your wallet where you keep your dollar bills, or like I said, you can use it as an offering for spirits, ancestors. If you're doing any sort of altar work, that's actually my altar that's right behind me. So if you want to leave something out for a deity or for, crossed over loved one, even a crossed over fur baby. But this is really good for healing. So, if you want to heal those ties, like I was talking about 7 Kib, which is going to be, Saturday of next week, this might be really good to use. But really good using in teas. I think that it has like mixed with certain things, you can get kind of a sweetness out of echinacea. So I don't know, maybe you guys can use it in some cooking, some baking. For me, I mostly just use it in tea, but check out echinacea this week. All right. Everybody's saying hello, hello. And Sherry Bug is here. Hello. Butterfly Love Child. Oh, also loves the smell of echinacea. Christina said, world peace, please now. Yes, peace within and peace without as well. I totally agree. Okay, let's go into our 7-day forecast, you guys. So let's see what decks I am working with. Of course, as always, I gotta bust out my Wally's World Oracle. And if you're interested in my little Wally Walito and his Oracle, the link is down below. I'm also going to bust out the Delos Tarot. I think it's been a while since I used it with you guys. So, Delos Tarot. I'm also going to use the Daily Crystal Inspiration cards. And the Tarot Banksy. This is actually, is this one the updated version? Yes. So this is the second edition. So Silver Star welcoming everyone in. I also have in this lovely pouch here, Tarot of the Cradle. And this is one that was sent to me all the way from India. And I did a review of this one and absolutely love this deck. And I think it's going to be fabulous for our weekly reading today. And last but not least, I'm going to be using the Seeds of Shakti Oracle. So lots of color today. Okay, so give me a moment while I pull all of the cards for the 7-day forecast. All right. So in the meantime, if you guys want to get comfy, you guys want to go get something to drink, I have my tea set up ready to go. So after the chat today, I'm going to bust out some tea for myself. But in the meantime, I have some water. Don't forget to hydrate, you guys. So remember, even if it's cold where you are, the body uses up energy to heat itself, which means you're going to have to keep yourself hydrated. Okay. But here it's nice and warm, so I'll be sweating, I'll be needing to hydrate. Okay. Okay, there's one. And let's bust out our Delos Tarot here. There's always that one card gets stuck in the box. There we go. Okay. Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Friday. And Saturday. 7 keys. Okay, let's put these back in the box. We'll set that right there. Okay, so let me scoot back for all of these cards. Okay, so let's take a look at today. We'll take a look at possible block that could come up for today first, and then we'll take a look at an opportunity. Ooh, Queen of Swords. So I was talking about the Mayan message for today, that one Ak, how you rule yourself, the rules that you give yourself. So I would say that it could be a possible block today, some of those rules and some of those regulations that you enforce on yourself. Here's an example, something that I don't know, I don't even know why I do this, which means I probably need to sit in meditation and have a little think about it, see where it's stemming from. But if there's something I really want to do, like let's say I don't really have anything to do right now and I want to go sketch a picture, bust out my Prismacolors and, my pencil, sharpen it up, and I want to draw a picture. For some reason in my mind, something might pop up, says, okay, you want to draw a picture, but around, let's do the dishes first, and you're going to need to sweep the floor first, and you're going to need to do this, and this, and then you will have earned your chance to go and draw your picture. James laughs at me for this. He doesn't know why I operate that way. I actually don't know why I operate that way either. But I do know that this is something that I probably need to work on with myself. So I would say this message is not only for me, but you guys as well. So if there's something like that, you find yourself, oh, I want to do this, but I got to do a bunch of other things that I earn the right to do the fun thing that I want to do. Maybe that's something that you need to have a look at, that Ak energy of, this, for some reason, this governor inside of me is like, okay, but first you got to do this. So if you find that this is something that resonates with you, perhaps a little meditation may help, myself included. Sherry Bug said, ugh, my internet is so bad today. Electronics in general have been a little off. Designed by Ace said, our energy is so high, internet is messing up. Lisa says, that's me all over. Yeah. I don't know why I do that. or here's even a another weird example. I'm in the middle of doing something and then I have to go use the restroom. But I decide, no, you got to finish what you're doing first before you can go use the restroom. As if I'm like in a classroom and I need to raise my hand for the teacher to allow me to go use the restroom. I don't know. Why do I do that? Why do we do that with ourselves? Okay, so a possible opportunity, 7 of Pentacles. All right, so let's take a moment to slow down. It's Sunday. You ever heard of the term Sunday drivers? Everybody tends to slow down on the road. People are taking out, for the most part, some people that have the classic cars. Now's the time to take it out. Why do they take it out on Sundays? Because not many people are on the road on Sundays. People are driving slow on Sundays. There are some people who love to attend church or temple or whatever it may be on Sundays. So people are kind of out and about trying to take things a little bit slower. So you do have an opportunity to take things a bit slow today. I know that the governor or dictator or corrupt government that you may have within yourself is saying, no, you must do all of these things first before you are allowed to do X, Y, and Z. So take it easy. Maybe, I don't know, take the governor out to dinner, distract him or her, and give yourself some space to go slow today. Let's see. Silver Star said, yeah, my phone's been bugging. Took 3 hours to upload our collab video. Holy cow. It was glitching all day. Yeah, it's been for a couple of weeks. Things are just like James's printer like totally flipped out, the other day. I don't know. Things are a little weird. Kat said, me also. My mind isn't at rest until mental needs too are gone. Susie said, can't wait to see that. Susie said, okay, I am the opposite problem. All right, so take things nice and slow. And if you already do take things nice and slow, celebrate that. Allow people to look at you as an example of maybe how they can live their best Sunday. All right, so let's take a look at tomorrow, a possible block for tomorrow. And we have the 2 of Wands. I love this deck. Like I said, I haven't busted it out with you guys in quite some time. So what I'm getting with this one is almost a, we have our daily things, that we have to do. And it feels like you are taking stock of, your to-do list. This is what I have to do today. And then you're looking over at some unfinished projects. And then, I know I have to do that. I know I keep putting it off. I know I have to do this. And so the mere thought of the amount of unfinished projects could block you from, or prevent you, or having the, energy to do the things that you have to do in the present moment. See what I'm saying? Where we have just a few things to do in the present, then we look behind us and there's like 10 other unfinished projects. And so we allow that energy to overwhelm us in the present moment. And then it's like, now I don't want to do anything. So it's like we have even more unfinished business. So what you could do instead is take a look at those unfinished projects. Which one of them, or which of those things do I actually want to finish? And which do I need to say, you know what? It was good while it lasted, but I'm not going to finish it. It doesn't really light me up. I don't think I'm really going to ever get to that one. And then you start, taking it off the table, and that should help a bit. But also ground yourself, make sure you are sticking to the present moment. Silver Star said, did any of you see the light beam flashing? I guess it was all over on the news. I saw it looked like lightning, but it wasn't always when I don't have my phone. I haven't heard of it. I will definitely go check that out though. Sue says, don't watch the news. Yeah, neither do I, but I'll definitely maybe look on social media or kind of dig into that, see what I can find. Silver Star says, I don't either, but my friend saw it on the news. Interesting. Oh, and then you saw it with your eyes. Really? Whereabouts? Because that sounds interesting. And I think people have been talking about interesting lights in the sky as of late. So everything's a buzzing, you guys. All right, let's take a look at an opportunity for tomorrow. We have the 7 of Wands. All right. You have the opportunity to, as you come across situations, people tomorrow, anything where you're met with a bit of resistance, either resistance, pushback from the situation itself, or you trying to push on the situation, stop and take a moment instead of getting really frustrated and like, oh, why won't it just work? Or why does this keep happening? Maybe just take a moment and decide, why am I feeling resistance towards this? Or why might there be resistance in this situation? Is it something about my energy? Is it a little bit like caca energy? Is it, do I just not feel like doing this right now? In which case, maybe I'll do it later. Maybe this is not the time for this, or this is just bringing up some unresolved issues. So there's an opportunity to take a look at the things that you are resisting or that resist you, so that we can either take it off the table, do it later, or decide we don't need it at all, or it's a chance for inner reflection and healing. Let's see. Silver Star says, I'm in Utah. It was interesting it was on your birthday too. Okay, well, I'll definitely look it up then. Sherry Bug says, I like the color palette. What deck is this? This is actually the Delos Tarot. So yeah, I got this a long time ago. You could tell the box is like totally beat up. Susie says, I can't wait to hear more, Heather. I heard this happened in 2012 to people. New energies coming in. Definitely. That's like a whole topic we could like totally get into. All right. Tuesday, blocks, a block that we may encounter. The Emperor. All right. I'm not getting this as, I've been talking about, ruling yourself and, being a good governor, president, leader, whatever it may be. But I don't get that this is you on Tuesday. I feel like this is something external. So when, like I said, today is a great day to take a look at how you rule yourself. Where are you unjust? Where are you fair? Where are you too lax? Where are you too strict? Things like that. Because our outside world, everything that is around us, tends to be a reflection of what's going on the inside. So let's say we are too strict on ourselves in a particular area. We will manifest certain people who may also be strict in that area and restrict us in a particular way. So this person here, I'm not saying as a stranger, I'm not even saying it's like our actual, president or leader, wherever it is that you live, but somebody within your life who is a reflection of where you may have too strong a hold on yourself and what you think you need to do with your life, how you need to live. So this person's coming in as a reminder that may be a place within yourself that you need to heal, maybe loosen up the grip a little bit. And as you work and heal that, you notice people like this tend to disappear because they no longer resonate with that energy. So this person here, if they come in and they bug you and it feels like all they want to do is command you, this might be like somebody at your job or even a friend. Sometimes, they may overstep, your boundaries, in which case probably need to work on some stronger boundaries. But just take a look at that person as a reflection, and instead of allowing the ego to flare up, say, oh, I don't like how that feels, but I've been doing that to myself. Dude, I don't want to do that to myself anymore. I'm getting rid of that. So let this person just be a reminder of that. Susie says, it is a Taurus moon today, second house stuff, definitely a day for the self. Bring it on, Taurus. And Sherrybug said, oh, I had a possible video idea. What decks are your study decks? Like right now, my study decks are Our Tarot, Tantric Dakini Oracle, and Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Ooh, study decks. That would be a really good video. You know what? Okay, when I rewatch the replay, I'll make sure that I write that down because that's a really good idea. Susie said also security. Yes, exactly. All right, so a possible opportunity on Tuesday, we have the moon, and Susie was literally just talking about the moon, although she was talking about today's moon. Okay, very rarely do I look at the moon card as the physical moon, but I'm always just going off of my intuition. And actually, this is the physical moon and working with it. And the reason being is when we look up in the sky, and we always talk about the ebbs and flows of the moon does have an effect on our oceans. As a former surfer, I do know about, on certain like super moons, or when the moon is closer to the earth or farther away, it does affect the ocean. And so you have an opportunity to take a look at how the moon, it being, something that's just so far away, can have such an effect on our planet, our energy, our oceans. And think about things that you think may be minuscule, as meaning so far away from you that they may not have an effect, but they do. So take a look at the moon within you, and little things that you do on a daily basis, and try to meditate on it, and what ripple effects does it have within your life. This is a wonderful opportunity to take a look at yourself as the moon. You are kind of like your own moon, and if you are a woman, then you have your moon cycle, and that's definitely a reminder of the ebbs and flows and the changing of things and transformations. So it's a wonderful time to take a look at your own moon. What little things you do that have a great effect, even though they may seem this small, even though sometimes the moon seems this small because it's so far away from Earth, still has a major effect on this planet. Let's see. Kat said, I once read, people treat you how you train them to. Exactly. And Designed by Ace said, homegirl Eshell, yes. She's definitely connected with the moon, rabbits, all of those things. And Lisa said, I'm all about the moon. Susie said, Lisa, I'm really getting into moon cycles lately. And Sherry Bug, does anyone work with specific goddesses with certain moon phases? I do not. It's more, well, I would work with Eshell, or I just work with like the moon energy in general, but sometimes I'd give it an archetype. But for the different moon phases, I don't, but I know that certain people do. I just kind of look at it as like one, like if it were a person, just like one person kind of going through all their phases, So, okay, let's see. Let's take a look at Wednesday. All right, a possible block on Wednesday. We have the Tower, y'all. So, okay, the Tower oftentimes has a silver lining. I mean, it always usually does, but it's hard to see it in the moment. So if on Wednesday, how you guys were talking about your electronics being a little goofy, it taking forever to upload videos. Okay, Susie's like, wee! If you guys remember our tarot workouts, the tarot card, or the Tower card is wee! Just go with it, have fun. Everybody's flying down, they're like, yay! But if you find that you are hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock on Wednesday, like, I need to get this thing done on the computer, boom, internet shuts down. What the deuce? Okay, well, plan B, I'm going to this, boom, plan B shut down. Good thing I have a plan C, boom, plan C shut down. Okay, what do I do with myself now? That's what the Tower moment is going to be there for you guys for. For the most part, there's going to be a shutdown for a lot of people that day. In certain areas, it's not going to be all the same, like maybe not everybody's internet or something like that. That was just an example. But where you're trying to get something done and it becomes increasingly frustrating to get that thing done because it appears everything is working against you, everything's shutting down. And this is where it's like, okay, if you can't do all of those things because obviously you don't have control over it, the Tower's out of our control, well, what can you do now? What are you left with? Well, if nothing around me is working, all I have left is me. I can work on me. And the only thing to shut myself down is me. So this is a wonderful opportunity to take a look at self. Be a little bit more simple with the things that you're doing that day. Take a look at the things that are working instead of the things that aren't working. So work with the tower. Whee! Cat's doing a little dance. Sherrybug said, I work on Wednesday. All right, so possibly a bit of challenges on Wednesday, but just know that this will encourage you to look at the things that are working for you on Wednesday instead of what you can't do. Because if you do that, then it's probably going to be a really crappy day. But if you look at, well, I got to do this and this, which I usually don't have time for, but since I couldn't do any of this, it allowed me to do this. Okay, yay. Susie said, I have something too that is really important. Everybody's like, well, and actually, James's family's coming into town this week too. All right, so an opportunity then, and I was kind of talking about how I used the Tower card as an opportunity. Oh, nice. We have the Nine of Cups. Isn't that an interesting juxtaposition there? Tower card, boom. You thought you could do this today? Don't think so. But then you look over here at the things you can do, and those things that you can do are things that are really, really, really good for your mental health, emotional health, tons of emotional health, your physical health, because you normally may not have time to do those things because you're so distracted by all the other things that you have to do, work and, you know, everything like that. So there's a wonderful opportunity for healing, for filling up your cups, for feeling really good in a tower moment. Now, isn't that an interesting, juxtaposition, like I was saying, feeling good in a tower moment. So at first it may not feel so good because it was like tower was like, booyah, you're not doing that today. And then all these other opportunities open up. You end up doing those things and feel like $1,000,000. So I think I would like to feel like $1,000,000. Let's see, Susie said, good advice, and the moon will void, of course, in the evening, Pacific time. Lisa said, I learned to embrace those tower moments. So Susie said, start early in the day and it will be fine. There you go. And then you can feel smitten about yourself, like, I got a nice, good early start. All right, so Thursday, let's take a look at a possible block. We have the Hierophant. Let's see how many majors we have so far. We have 1, 2, 3. This is our 4th major. So it seems like, I don't know, lately, just things have been getting more and more intense, in various aspects of our lives, not always in the same area. And when I was doing the zodiac readings for the month of April, which, by the way, tonight, if you want to join me, tonight at 7 p.m. is the last zodiac reading for April. So I'm going to be reading for Pisces. But I've noticed that there's so many major shifts and changes for each zodiac sign. So it's us as a collective, not for particular types of people. It's all of us. We're all shifting and changing. All of these major energies coming in. People seeing lights in the sky. Dude, the energy's intense. Let's embrace it. And even in no matter what astrology it is that you follow, they've been talking about this. This is an intense couple of years, and it will extend, for the next few years, and then kind of almost like a reset. So this card here, this Hierophant card, as a possible block, this is going to force you to do things differently and see things differently than you normally do. So if you normally always start your day this way, and I always do this, and I always do this, and I won't feel complete unless I get things done this particular way. But if there is, with the energy out there, you're not able to complete things in the order that you normally do or in the way that you normally do, you're going to have to rethink things and, excuse me, rethink the importance of these things. So the Hierophant is coming in to get you to just have a little, maybe refresh in how you see yourself, what you're allowed to do, and what you allow yourself to do each day, what's comfortable for you. The ego may have a particular task list, but the body has a very different task list. So does the mental health. So does, all of these things. So very good. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Please, I say meditation is like one of the best things, if you don't do anything else, one of the best things to really get to know your intuition, your higher self. And that's why so many cultures around the world have a form of meditation, because it is so important. We just know that deep down at our, spirit level, that's something that is really beneficial for us. Okay, so possible opportunity. Silver Star says we're all in this together. Exactly, and that's something that we should always keep in mind. I know that, let's say, me being in with James in the apartment here, and I have some friends, but they're like 30 some minutes away, and let's say I'm going through something. It may feel like I'm alone, that and it's just me and James, that we're kind of alone doing things, when really you're not. Everybody's going through some stuff, and sometimes it's great to take a step back and realize everybody's going through something, and it's okay to reach out in whatever form. Reach out to therapist, reach out to a friend, reach out through phone, go for a drive, take a road trip, that, we're all here together. Susan said, sage advice. Designed by Ace said, I take a deep breath whenever I'm being tested. Patience for sure. Exactly. That's something I do as of late. I'll just like, whoa, I'm starting to get frustrated. Just take a breather. Maybe I do this later. Obviously, I'm not meant to do this thing right now. Otherwise, it would go a lot smoother. Okay, so the opportunity, we have the Temperance card. So we have a major arcana for the block, but we also have a major arcana for the opportunity. And so if we can take a look at the way we believe we should be run, or our day should be run, or how we should be living our lives, and we realize that there might be some outdated things in there, and we do a little bit of a shift, that shift is going to create some opportunities in balancing parts of your life that may have felt quite out of flux. Like you guys have been talking about, there's tons of energy out there, kind of swimming all over the place. So it may feel like different aspects of our lives are kind of like doing this thing instead of a little bit more calmer waters like we're used to. And so you'll start to feel like things are a little bit more in balance. And if things are a little bit more in balance, well, then you have the energy to do the things that you've wanted to do but have lacked the energy previously. All right, excellent. All right, so let's take a look at a possible block for Friday, which is actually when James's folks are coming in. So we have the Knight of Cups. All right, so possible block with our Knight of Cups. Okay, I already got this. Okay, this kind of feels like it's a week where I never feel like we're ever being rewarded or punished. That's just not, how I look at the world. It's more just where energy is moving and what we're resonating with at a particular time. That's just kind of how I see things. So with these things that may frustrate us this week and kind of rerouting us to find better ways of doing things, maybe things that are maybe more beneficial for our physical health, our mental health, spiritual health, so on and so forth. With all of these, then comes Friday, where maybe yet another block, like something else is not going your way or working. There is a maybe opportunity to have a meltdown. I say opportunity because sometimes we hold things in. It's like, okay, well, I felt really agitated about that, but I'm just gonna swallow that and I'm happy again. And that's not, really how it should be. It's working through things, feeling through the feels, all of the emotions, trying to understand what emotions are coming up, and acknowledge them and work through them. But if through the difficulties this week, even though, maybe you found ways to reroute, you kind of stuffed some of those initial emotions down, I feel those emotions coming back up again on Friday, so that it's like another thing doesn't go your way and you're like, I have had it. And so there's like this explosion of emotion. But I would say also don't really berate yourself for that either. I would say feel it, feel into it, okay, and then understand where all of this came from. Where did all of this buildup come from? Well, I kind of, when this thing came up, I kind of stuffed it down. When this thing came up, I stuffed my emotions down. Okay, it makes sense that I would blow up in this fashion, or I would have a meltdown in this fashion, because I had been suppressing my emotions. So my emotions can't stay bottled forever. They got to come out in some way. And so this is just another learning opportunity that, okay, I probably don't want all of my emotions to come at once. Next time things come up, I will do my best to acknowledge each of those emotions as they come, instead of being overwhelmed by all of them at once. Let's see. Susie said, enjoy your time with the parents. Oh, we will. And Sherrybug says, for you, I think the night is slow and steady progress forward in relationships. I think it will be okay with the folks. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I like his parents. They're really cool. They're nice people. Susie said, I think it is nice. He has some good parents. Some of us don't. It helps in life. Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know, like I see his parents as kind of like almost like movie parents. You see where like the good parents, you know, they want to spend time with you. They miss you. They always want, you know, they're always looking out for your best. And yeah, he's got some really good parents. All right, so let's take a look at a possible opportunity. Hey, Misha! So possible opportunity, we have the Three of Wands. This is funny because for me, this actually is people coming in. We do have people literally coming in. So you may have some visitors. It may be, ooh, I was thinking not only like human visitors, but you may make a new friend on the street, such as like a little kitty cat that you meet. You may meet a new little chipmunk friend or something, but I'm just seeing visitors kind of coming in just to help you with maybe some of these intense emotions that may be coming in as well. So it could be birds, animals, people, a phone call from a friend that you haven't talked to in a while. But yeah, I'm just seeing people coming in on Friday. So, hey! Let's see. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. All right, so let's go to Saturday. All right, so Saturday of next week, possible block, we have the Four of Cups. All right, so let's say Saturday, I don't know, you guys all have different weather patterns wherever you are, but let's say it's a beautiful day outside, or maybe you don't have much to do and you're like, okay, there's so many things that now you can do that you may have not had time before. And it's almost like you feel guilty. I'm getting this sense of guilt where there's not much on your plate. You literally have the time that you complain that you don't usually have time for. It's a wonderful day outside. The energy I'm feeling for Saturday is, you know, pretty good. I mean, it is 7 Key, but it's like, you know, working on forgiveness of self. So there's a huge healing day as well. So it's like things are kind of lined up for you on Saturday, but I'm feeling like this guilt, like I should be doing something right now. I shouldn't have this much time for myself right now. I should be doing something else for somebody else right now. I don't want to feel so selfish right now. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. And so it's almost like denying yourself self-love, fun, enjoyment, healing, whatever it may be, because you feel like for some reason you shouldn't have all this time to yourself. So maybe that's something that you guys might want to work through, is the feeling guilty because it's a beautiful day and you get to do whatever the heck you want to do today. You know, so that's something I think time to time we tend to feel a little guilty, because we love doing things for others. And so if we're always so focused on doing things for others and there's nothing to do right now, then it's like, what do I do? And this is a wonderful opportunity to do something for you. Susie said, has anyone noticed time is really slow lately? It's great. Yes, I do. I've noticed that, and normally time has been just flying like a mofo, but I'm just like, lately it's slow, and I'm like, yeah, bring on the slow time. The longer it can stay daylight outside, the happier I am, because I'm a little sun baby, hence I'm in Arizona. I love the daylight. Luna, hey! Says, hope everyone is having a great Sunday. I watched the replay to catch everything I missed, but I'm happy to be here for the rest of the reading. Welcome, welcome. All right, so a wonderful opportunity for you guys on Saturday is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so here's putting these two together. There's an opportunity to do something, like you'll have the time to do something that is fulfilling, maybe even make a little extra cash. Be like I'm not saying do something just to make extra cash, but let's say you like to do arts and crafts and you do a little arts and crafts and maybe you want to, sell it, like, maybe have a little yard sale or something like that, and you can make a little bit of extra money because now you have the time to do something that you love to do. However, what may be blocking you is this feeling of guilt, like I should really be doing something else more productive, as if doing self-care is not a productive thing to do. So maybe just something to think about on Saturday, as time frees itself up, and as Susie is talking about, time has felt like it has slowed down. So time is not an issue. It's the what will you do with that time? Okay, so let's take a look at the elemental reading. Okay, you guys, this is your chance. Tell me your sun, moon, rising in terms of elements, or you could just say what your sun, moon, and rising sign are. But when I pull cards here, this will be an additional reading for all you fire signs out there, all you water signs, all you earth signs, all you air signs, like Geminis. All right, Susie has air and earth. Okay, I'm gonna use the daily crystal inspiration cards, by the way. So let me know, you guys, what elements you got floating around in there. When it comes to my Mayan astrological chart, they call it a destiny chart instead of a birth chart. But for me, mine's fire. I'm all fire, baby. All right, Silver Star said fire, earth, rising, and moon. All right, excellent. So for me, it would be air, water for my Western astrology, or all fire if we're talking about my Mayan astrology. So excellent. What else we got going on here? And I'll do a little shuffle. Designed by Ace is fire, water, and air. All right. Fire. Fire. Yes. Hey. All right. So we have Aquarius and Taurus, Venus in Libra. All right. Okay. So let's see. Misha has water, air. All right. Luna is water, air, water. Nice. All right. So let's get a little extra info here. Whoa, cards be getting crazy. Let's pull for our fire folks. All right, so wherever you got fire going on, take this as your extra message for the month, or for the week. All right, let's see, what do we have here? Iolite, shift your money mindset. All right, so for our little fire babies out there, as these interesting roadblocks happen throughout this week for all of us in various different ways, if some of those roadblocks are like trying to pay a bill on time, but the internet shuts down, or you got to go to work, but they send everybody home from work because, I don't know, like, let's say, like, there was one time when I was teaching, they sent everybody home because there was a pipe, like a giant pipeline to the school had burst. And so there was water everywhere. It was flooding. They literally had to send everybody home. And so with these things, these places where we normally go for money, either we're paying money or we're making money, if there are blocks in those areas or roadblocks, that kind of come up this week, this might trigger our money, or our issues that maybe we have around money. So this is a perfect time this week to heal those issues, or to at least take a look into them. I'm not saying, you're going to completely everything, but to take a look at them, see where they're actually coming from, and you may come out of this week actually having a better attraction towards money than when you started in the week. You know, it's these blocks that actually are going to help you to see the blocks that are inside yourself when it comes to money, so that you can free those up, so that you can be a money magnet. So take this as a blessing, my little fire signs. And I'm in there too. So let's see. Susie said, I have only one fire placement. Needs me some fire. Designed by Ace said, oh, whoa, air. I meant earth. That tiny air is really speaking as of late. Susie's like, hence the sloth. Actually, you know, in my like Western astrology birth chart, I have 0 earth. I'm like, which is why I have like to work on grounding so much. All right, speaking of earth, let's actually pull for our earth babies out there. All of you earth babies, aka terra firma. All right, what do we got cooked up for that earth energy? Ooh, Epido, go deeper. And Epido has that beautiful heart chakra energy. So for the earth babies, this is a wonderful week. I mean, just kind of looking at, let's look at the elements that we had here. We had wands, cups, swords, pentacles. Yeah, wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. We actually have a very balanced week in terms of elements, mixed in with a few major arcana cards. But this is a wonderful time to take a look into the heart, maybe a look into, you know, those rules and regulations that we put on our heart. What are we allowed to love? What type of love do we allow in? Where do we allow ourselves the freedom to express ourselves? Where do we block our freedom to express ourselves? Those things. This is a wonderful week for earth signs to take a look at that. You know, as the governor of yourself, you know, the leader, dictator, whatever you want to call yourself, where do you allow your heart to be free, and where do you restrict your heart? And this is also another wonderful opportunity for some healing. All right, Josh does have some epido. Ooh, I have a little tiny piece. I think mine has some rutile, but yeah, it's a little piece, but it's a powerful piece. And actually, that's also a message too. So a little change in mindset, a little opening up of the heart can create some huge changes, not only for this week, but just kind of like for life in general. So big message for the earth babies. Let's take a look into water. It said, yeah, same. I should work with it. You know what? That reminds me. I should probably bust out, mainly because I have a lack of earth in my chart. I think that I always try to focus on what's going on with earth energy just because I don't have it, you know, and I find that that actually helps to balance the energy that I do have. So, all right. And that's funny because like my name is Tara and my name literally means earth, like dirt, and I don't have any. It's just funny. Anyway, let's take a look at water babies. And you know what? I've been feeling the water vibes lately, you know, because I do have a bit of water in my chart. My chart is, I would say, dominant earth, like throughout my whole birth chart is earth, air. See, the earth is coming in. So it's mostly air throughout my whole chart. And then I would say second is water, then fire, and no earth. Susie said Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, April 12th. Ooh. Okay, oh, whoa. Okay, card just flew out for our water babies. Azurite, get laser focused. Designed by Ace is like Terra Tierra. Susie hasn't happened since 1856. Well, that's some major stuff. Dude. Silver Star said, was typing. I gotta head into work and my boss called. Good hanging with you all. I'll listen while I drive. Have a beautiful day. All right, Silver Star, you have a wonderful Sunday. Have a fabulous week. And hey, with those tower moments, whatever happens, take it as an opportunity to focus on something else. All right. Lots of love to you all. Love to you as well. Susie said 1856 spiritualism, seances, etc. Ooh, that was the boom of that. Okay. I'm interested to see how that'll play out here then. Okay, so for water signs with the get laser focused, I don't see this as like the get laser focused and do more type stuff. I would say I'm feeling this as being get laser focused on the things that really light you up, the things that really help to open up that throat chakra, the things that really help you to take the time to open up your third eye, that help you to open up your heart. Get laser focused on those things. Sometimes when we see, words like this, get laser focused, we automatically think of the 3D to-do list. I'm not working hard enough. I'm not having enough focus. When really, what truly, truly matters in this world is our healing, our journey, our advancement. That's what we're all here for. This is a school, and then it's like all the other 3D stuff that we get sidetracked by, the money and the jobs and the homes and all of that stuff. So get laser focused. I would say more try this week and have it kind of work throughout the rest of the year, but get laser focused on opening up the throat chakra, opening up the heart chakra, opening up the third eye, getting connected and connecting it to all the other chakras so that you are one balanced being. So focus, laser focus on the things that truly do matter in your life. All right, now, last but not least, let's get to air. Let's see, designed by, it said last name Escobar, so I got Escoba. Nice. All right, so, and actually, my last name translated is Egypt. All right, let's go into air. Air. I've always wondered, what do I do with that? And it's almost like when you put my first and last name together, the land of Egypt. Okay, air. Oh, labradorite. Yes, that's one of my favorite stones. See the magic. All right, air signs. So another wonderful opportunity as these roadblocks, these wonderful opportunistic roadblocks hit us this week. Yes, there's the initial frustration. Yes, there's the initial why me? This can't be happening right now. But then you realize this is freeing up so much in terms of healing, in terms of doing things that really do fulfill you and light you up. That's where the magic is. And you realize that, things aren't always as they seem. If you looked at a tower moment of like, okay, my computer just crashed, I literally need it right now. Okay, that sucks. But what is that freeing up around you? What is that getting you to focus on instead? Maybe you've been, laser focused on this one thing, but what else, can you focus on? There then is the magic, that there is magic all around you helping you to kind of reroute, to help you to continue growing and continue evolving. That's where the magic is. And if you can see that, well, then the world becomes a very different magical place, instead of looking at it in terms of just the negative. So a wonderful opportunity for you guys, especially air signs and anywhere you have air in your chart, to kind of see the magic in difficulties, that they're not there as any sort of like punishment from the sky or any sort of, any of that. It's just getting us to look at things that truly do matter. Joss said, yay, great one. I have lots of labradorite. Me too. So I'm gonna be busting this out. Actually, yeah, I want to bust out my epidome and I bust out my labradorite. So, or maybe just all the stones. So actually, no, I don't have iolite. So maybe just the epidome and labradorite. Okay, let's see. Let's go into the special question. This is the one that you guys got to vote on. So there were tons of votes. The votes were cast on my YouTube channel and also my Patreon homies. So here's what you guys voted on. The winning question was, what area of my life needs me to take action now? Okay, so tabulating everything that came in through Patreon and everything that the general public voted on my YouTube channel. What area of my life needs me to take action now? And I think that using the Tarot Banksy is going to be great for that one, because the Tarot Banksy does not hold back. All right. Okay, here we go. So, what area of our life needs us to take action right now? What area of our life needs us to take action right now? Area of our life needs us to take action right now. Okay, before I even pull the card, you guys know that when I get my intuitive hits, oftentimes it's in music because, I'm just really connected to music and lyrics and stuff. So before I pull this card, the song that was coming in was Hold On by En Vogue. Hold on to your love, oh, you got to hold on. So that song from like the 90s, that popped in. So now let's see what the card actually is. The thing that we need to take action on right now. Okay, so we have the Brother of Brushes, which is actually like the Knight of Wands. And at the top there, it says last chance. Well, that's funny because it's like what action we need to take like right now. Okay, so let me dive into this one. Oh, okay. Well, that's a pretty clear-cut message then. Notice that the paint color that he's using is red. And here it says last chance in red, although I don't feel like this is literally like your last chance. And this taking an action right now and taking into En Vogue's Hold On to Your Love. It's your passion, something that you really love to do. Some of you guys really love slinging tarot cards. Some of you guys really do love art. Some of you guys love singing. Some of you guys really love messing around with your car. Whatever it is that makes you happy, usually the thing that you don't give yourself enough time to do because it's considered frivolous or extra, but the thing that you could do all day, every day, and if somebody paid you $1 million, like that would just be great because you would just do that one thing. If money weren't an issue, you would just do that thing. And so what you need to do right now, like no time like the present, is do the thing that really lights you up. For me, I love singing. Maybe I should sing around the apartment more. I think I should. Or my drawing. I don't think I've really given focus to my art. Maybe I do need to, do a little bit more art. But it's too long do we put off the things that we really do have fun with. So what you guys need to do starting right now, maybe today, even Sunday, and clear the schedule because this is important, is do the thing that you would do if money was not an issue. Okay? Susie said, whew, crypto astrology. Both. You can sing for James's family. Oh yeah, I guess I could. I actually sang for when I went up to go see his folks in California, and his friends and his everything, and we were hanging out with his cousin and his good friend, and I sang for them in the parking lot of a restaurant. And there's kind of a funny story that goes with it, but yeah, I literally sang opera in a parking lot. So there you guys go, do something like that, but no time like the present. That is the important thing. We may think that all these other things like the household chores, all this other stuff is super duper important. Logic may say so, but the heart says differently. And really it's the heart that should be governing us. So, and Kat said so cute. So there you guys go. That is the thing that you guys should do right now. And that's, like I said, it's not a, oh, well, that's a nice idea, I just don't have time for it right now. Please make time. Lisa said, I love opera. Yeah, see, I love opera because, I guess normally I'm kind of a soft-spoken person. Like, James always says he can't hear me when I'm talking. But when I sing, I get to be super loud. That's when I get to like fully just use my diaphragm and just like, it's like super fun to me. Okay. Since you guys are in the chat today, you guys now have the viewers poll. So there is a chance for you guys to vote right now. So you got to vote earlier for that particular question. Now you guys get to vote now for these new questions. All right, and let's use What deck do I want to use? First, let's put the Banksy away, get that out of the way. So thank you, Banksy. Love your street art. Awesome sauce. Okay. Which, by the way, Banksy art, self-expression. Mm-hmm. All right, let's use let's use the Seeds of Shakti for our viewers poll. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys either vote with a red heart or vote with a green heart, depending on the question that you want me to pull a card for. All right, so question number 1, if you like this question, please vote with a red heart, or if you can't get to you, if you can't get to your emojis, then just type red heart. Okay, what rule do you enact for yourself that is unjust? Remember, today is Ak, it's all about our rules and regulations of self. So if you like that question and you want me to pull a card on it, then you're going to vote with a red heart. Or question number 2, what can I do to help break away from the matrix? That is our 3D world. What can I do to help break away from the matrix? Vote with a green heart if you want me to pull a card for that one. Okay, so take your time, you guys. Red heart, what rule do you enact for yourself that is unjust? Or vote with a green heart, what can I do to help break away from the matrix? All right. Do, 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 do. I see some votes. Do, 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 do. All right, so we have 1 green heart, 1 red heart, 2 green hearts, 3 green hearts, 2 red hearts. All right, 4 green hearts. Okay, so we have 2 reds, 4 greens so far. You guys keep on voting. Your votes count. Okay, and let me just get these card situations, making sure I don't like accidentally shuffle in the title card. Has anybody ever gotten the title card in a reading? Okay, so love these cards. I love the backs. These are super cool. Haven't busted these out in a while. I just kind of felt like they'd be really good for our reading today. Okay, so it looks like the green hearts win. All right, so again, to reiterate, the green heart question is, what can I do to help break away from the matrix? All right, so this is one of many, ways. Okay, so let's really center for this one. What can I do to help break away from the matrix? What can I do to help break away from the matrix? All right, boom, we got our card. I have it face down. I'm not looking at it yet. I'm just gonna put these back in their box. Okay, and Susie said pretty deck. Silver Star also voted with a green heart. So yeah, green heart I think just blew everything out of the water. All right, universe. When you move, the universe dances with you. And here it looks like we have one of the dippers there in the card. Okay, so give me a chance because this is kind of like a big question. So let me just tap in. Okay, so I want to try to get this right before it slips away. You know, sometimes I get messages, it's like so hard to put into words. Okay, so you guys notice in this card, you can see the pattern. You know, when we look up into the sky, constellations are patterns in the sky, right? So you can see the Big Dipper, you can see Gemini, you can see Pleiades, you can see, you know, Orion. You can see these things because they are patterns. What we see as patterns in the sky is also a reflection of what's here on Earth. There are patterns here on Earth. When you guys notice those repeating patterns, when they come in the form of numbers, when you see situations occurring again, but possibly in a different place with different people, when things just stand out to you, where it's like that can't be by accident, that can't be a coincidence, it's because it's not. the reason that we see so many patterns is because it's our higher self and source energy, universe, whatever you want to call it, their way to help us remember that this is all a program. Okay? Anybody who's done programming with computers, my programmers out there, or looking at games have, there's a particular structure to them. When you do programming, it's the particular repeating numbers and patterns. And so that's actually what this world is. That's what the matrix is repeating patterns. And the more you can tap into those patterns, the easier it is to see that this is only one of many realities. Okay, so in order to break away from the matrix, you have to realize that it's there. And when you begin to stop brushing off like, oh, that's just coincidence. Well, how many times does that coincidence have to happen before it's like, oh my gosh, that's just a pattern? Just like, anything else that we have in this world, video games, computers, constellations in the sky, repeating numbers on the clock. Those are all to show you that this is one reality, one of many. And so when we become so involved in our day-to-day, and we can become very easily convinced that this is all there is, that's when the higher self gets us to, hey, look at this pattern here, look at this pattern here. No, this isn't all there is. And so that's when you get to say, okay, the things that I was so worried about, they may not cause so much worry, because we realize I can rewrite this program. I can change it at any time merely by shifting my energy. And my energy is made up of a series of patterns, and I would say almost like programming as well. That's why we talk about when we're working on our shadows, we're reprogramming ourselves. You're literally reprogramming that energy so that you can change the program that surrounds you. That's how you know that you're in a matrix. Because if you can affect it in that way, then it's not set in stone. It's something that can shift and change, because you are a player in that game, and you can shift and change yourself. So one way that you can break away from the matrix is to start recognizing those repeating patterns. And as you do, you realize that this is merely one reality, and you can affect that reality by working on the self, working on what's inside. And you can affect all of this, because all of this is not set in stone. And this is not all there is. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. I was trying to be as clear as possible. Susie said, abundance. Josh said, this reminded me of the movie Free Guy. It's such a fun movie, but this message is so much greater. Love it. So like I said, I was hoping that made sense to you guys, but that is one of the many ways that you guys can kind of break out of that matrix. I know it's so easy and it's so tempting. Everything around here is kind of like, with all the colors and, everything, we can get so caught up into, our little world. But if we pick our head up, we're like, oh wait, that was just a video game. I can rewrite this program at any time. I do have the power to do that, and we as a collective have the power to do that. Okay, let's go into a healing. I think it's time. All right, so with this healing, whatever it is that you guys want to bring in for this week, like let's say maybe some patience, maybe a bit of more of an open heart, let's say if you encounter several roadblocks this week, what is it that you would like to bring in? What type of energy? How do you want to feel? What kind of mindset do you want to have for this week? What do you want to release for this week? Let's do that with this healing. That's the whole purpose of it. I am going to bust out my here it is, my quartz tuning fork, and I'm also going to bust out my drum that I made. So that was my little art project with my little wolf there. So let's start with the quartz. Susie, thank you, thank you. And designed by Ace said, yes, yes. That made me think of um, Dom. He's like I don't know, you guys see him, he like rides his bike, but he's got like all this DJ equipment, and he's like out in the UK, and he just pumps music and rides his bike, and literally now like thousands of people follow him on their bicycle listening to the music and just having like a whole like bicycle dance party. But yeah, he's always like yes, yes. So I like that guy. All right, so let's get nice and centered, you guys. So much big energy around us, but let's utilize that energy instead of being fearful of that energy. Let's ground ourselves, connect to source, listen to what's in the heart. The ego is well meaning, but it oftentimes needs to be shown the way. And who needs to lead the way? It needs to be the heart. So let's break up that energy. Okay, so I'm going to use my drum here. I'm going to start off kind of slow, and then I will pick up the pace, but I want you guys to go inward during this journey. So I won't really guide you on this one. I want this to be your personal journey for this particular meditation. So again, make sure that you're nice and grounded. I'll start off with a little bit of a heartbeat, and then I want you to go through and see where you would like to focus on your healing this week. Where do you need more time and attention? Where do you need to offer more love and gentleness? Okay, go inward during this particular meditation with this drum, and then I'll try to bring you back out. So you notice a change in the beat of the drum when it's time to kind of come back into your body. All right, so let's get nice and comfy. you guys. Whew. I love that drum. It just feels so amazing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Designed by Ace said awesome. Susie, love this drum. Hashtag burning sage. Silver Star, thank you so much. All right. So hopefully you're able to, briefly maybe just go in, take a look around and see what it is that maybe you guys want to work on this week. All right. So we've come to the part we've had. Hey, Joss, thank you. Very welcome. We've had a couple of people do super stickers, super chat. So Susie, did you want me to pull you a card? Silver Star, did you want me to pull you a card? And anybody else, if you would like me to just do a one card read for you, you could go ahead and do a super chat or a super sticker right now. But like I said, Susie and Silver Star, you guys were very generous. So would you like me to pull a card? Susie said, sure, thank you. Do you guys have a particular question in mind, or do you want to just kind of see what pops up for you? I'm going to use Tarot of the Cradle, by the way. Look at those beautiful colors. Okay, so I'll just give it a little shuffle while maybe you can think about your... Okay, so Susie said just go for it. All right. And then Silver Star, if you would like a particular question, I can pull one for you too. Or, we can always just see what pops up too. That is great as well. All right, Susie. There's that song, Louie, 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 Louie. I was thinking Susie though. Susie. All right. Susie. All right. We have your card. Okay. Law of criticism. Oh my gosh. Susie, as you're doing like the crying, laughing faces, we have the crying person here. And Silver Star said, sure. Okay, so I'll pull a card for you as well. So this one, throughout this week, Susie's like, oh. Throughout this week, with any of the roadblocks that pop up, tower moments, if also you feel triggered by things that come across as a criticism for you. So let's say shuffling cards. You're shuffling cards and somebody is like, oh, have you ever tried top shuffling? It's so much better. And it seems, innocent enough. They're just saying, hey, maybe you could try another way of doing something. But then it's like all of a sudden this what are you trying to say? I like my way of shuffling. It's almost feels like an attack. So if at any point during this week somebody is offering a different way of doing something, or maybe they're also criticizing, why would you do something that way? You could do it this way. But it feels like an attack. It's how it feels to you. This is a wonderful time to go inside and see why a criticism of that nature or an offering up of doing something differently is feeling like an attack for you. Where is that actually stemming from? So it is looking into, again, like I said, it's a big healing week for people. So as you're looking into that for yourself, it's just an area that's needing a bit of focus, love, so that you can work on releasing it. So when something like that pops up again, it won't be taken as a criticism, or if somebody really was trying to criticize you, it won't be hurtful. It'll be like, well, that's just, that person's opinion, and you brush it off. You let it roll off your back like water off of a duck's back. Or if somebody is trying to just offer a different way of doing something, maybe next time, bless you, it would be taken in as something for consideration instead of, how dare you try to change me and my ways. Says Tara, I just had this talk with George yesterday. Point taken. Thank you. So yeah, it's just, again, nothing negative, just it's always stuff that needs to be pointed out when these things come up for us, these triggers come up for us. It's just our body's way, our energy's way of saying, hey, just look at me. This is something that needs healing. So it's just an opportunity, a lovely opportunity. All right, Heather, let's see what the cradle has for you. I love this deck. All right. Let's go, Heather. Let's go. Let's go, Heather. Let's go. Give me an H. Give me an E. Give me an A. Give me a T-H-E-R, Heather. I don't know. I'm just like thinking of cheerleading for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why that's popping up. Okay. Okay. Here we go. It says resistance marriage, and you have the 2 rings, marry me. Commit to someone and work hard on your marriage. So if I remember correctly, that's something that's already happened. So let me dive into this one real quick because I'm getting some interesting messages. Okay, I don't see this as like your marriage. I'm seeing this as what you've married yourself to in life. Like some people have married themselves to their job. Some people have married themselves to their creative pursuits. So look at where you have tied the knots in particular areas of your life. And think of the ways that you and your significant other were courting. Think of the hard work it takes, in a marriage, compromise, but also listening to one another, showing respect and love for one another, and realize that what goes on in a personal marriage like that is also the same care should be given in all of our quote unquote marriages that we have in life. So let's say, for instance, with a Silver Star's laughing. So let's say, with your partner, it's like you would, of course, respect, listen to what that person has to say. Let's make things work. If you guys needed time, the 2 of you get away somewhere, of course it'd be like, you know what, we need some time to ourselves. Let's take some time off work. You guys, of course, would do it because that that the 2 of you are important. Your marriage is important. Your love is important. But also think of where, you've also married yourself to in other areas. So let's say your creative pursuits. We have a lovely marriage here, but maybe those creative pursuits go to the wayside in favor of something else. So it's almost like you're ignoring this other partner and saying what you have to offer is not so important right now because I have to focus on this. So it's almost like a shunning of that partner, not giving equal respect, in that particular instance, where in this case the partner would be your creativity, your creative passions. So Heather, think about in all areas where you have gone into a contract, a marriage of sorts, and do you treat it fairly? Do you treat it with respect? Are you getting respect in return? And if anything is off, then that's an area that needs to be worked on. But I was just kind of like getting, that it's not, your actual partner, but the different areas that you're married to. And that there should be as much respect and love in all those areas of marriage as there is in the actual marriage. So, okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so if anybody else, if you would like to do super chat or super sticker, now is the time. Otherwise, we'll go into closing up our circle. Oh, Susie also said, bless you, or sorry, Silver Star. He said thank you. Okay, so all right, this has been wonderful, you guys. I love hanging out with you guys on Sundays for our weekly reading. That's why I love doing these live chats and why most of my channel now is just live chats. So like I said, if you want to come back this evening, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to do the very last zodiac reading for April, so that is Pisces. They seem to have been going well. I mean, this being my first crack at doing 12 consecutive days of live chats for each zodiac sign, that at first I was like, whoa, am I going to be able to do that? But it's been really fun. It has been amazing. I want to do it again, so by the time we get closer to May, I'm going to do it again, 12 days leading up to May. And yeah, if you guys want me and you to continue it and you dig it, I dig it, let's do it. So yeah, come back this evening if you want to hear what's in store for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. You got Pisces friends. James is actually a Pisces moon, so I'm interested to see what's going on there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for everything. Let's see, let's go back here. Susie said, thank you again. Wishing you and James a great week. Thank you, thank you. Susie sending love to everyone. Designed by Ace says, thank you so much. Thank you. Silverstar said, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've been working on making time for my creative stuff. I'm working on how to talk with myself about committing to my passion. So yeah, work on that creative marriage. Lisa says, you're a busy girl. We appreciate it. And thank you, thank you. I mean, to me, this is like it's not anything that's like work. Like, I love it. I love hanging out with you guys. You guys are amazeballs, and and I get to sling cards in the process. I mean, it's all good. Silver Star says, been trying to be my own cheerleader. That is why that came through. So there you go. So hey, I mean, Silver Star, if you want to be at home and you're like trying to pump yourself up for your creative thing, I would say make up a cheer for yourself. All right, I'm awesome. A-W-E. Just, you do. I would say actually make up a cheer for yourself and see how that goes. I think it'd be awesome. And cheer for us if you would like. All right, so let's bust out that beautiful wand that we had at the very beginning. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. And let's close up that circle. So I'm gonna imagine that blue light that I cast at the very beginning is gonna go back into this beautiful Brazilian amethyst here. Gonna go back and fill up this Brazilian quartz sphere, and we're gonna push that back into Mama Gaia. So that lovely energy back into the earth. So calling on the elemental energies of the north, I thank you for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you to the elementals of the west for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you to the elementals of the south for helping us to cast our circle today. And thank you to the elementals of the east for helping us to cast our circle today. Merry meet, merry part, merry do we meet again. As above, so below, as within, so without. Our work is done, and so it is. All right, so let's blow out our little flame that we have here. You guys can make a wish if you want. Okay, I made my wish. Okay. All right, you guys. So like I said, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who did super chats, super stickers today. Thank you to everybody who subscribed to the channel, everybody who hits the notification bell so we can have fun hangouts like this. For all of the thumbs ups, for all of the comments, for everybody who's gotten readings from me or bought things off of Desert Cauldron. All of those links are down below, of course, if you're interested. The people that sign up for the newsletter, which are almost 400 strong. Hey! I can't believe there's almost 400 people that want to look at my newsletter, but that only comes out once a month. I don't spam people, so you literally get an email from me once a month. Don't expect any more. And also to my patrons, Michelle, Surian, Brandy, V, Samara, Kirsten, the Silver Wheel Witch, Jason, Kayla, and Brian. Thank you so much to my patrons. And yeah, thank you guys all for your support. Let's see. Silver Star said, good ideas. Joss said, such a cute candle holder. Lisa says, have a fab week, folks. God bless. Joss said, bye, everyone. Have a great week. You guys, too, have a fabulous week. And, oh, you know what? There was a card that I had pulled and I didn't read for you guys. So this is like our parting message, and then we'll take off. But this card had popped out. I had pulled one from my Wally's World, and it was this, like Wally's down here waiting for something to come in. So as perhaps, the waves get a little bit large this week, and as things come in, just realize that you guys are like this giant mountain here. Sure, it feels sometimes kind of heavy as the waves crash upon you, but nothing is ever going to break you. If anything, it changes you, it molds you into something more beautiful and something even more great. So, whatever challenges you guys face this week, just know it's a time for change. It's an opportunity for change, and it's nothing that's ever going to, quote unquote, break you. Nothing is going to break you. You cannot break the spirit. Never. All right. You guys have a fabulous week. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.